Welcome back to part 2 of the father and son Subaru BRZ model build. You guys really seem to enjoy this video series. I even got some messages. You guys said that this is one of the favorite videos of yours that I've ever made, so I'm just really appreciative of that support. So in the last video we started cutting out some of the parts for the engine and the suspension, and between then and now he went ahead and did some of the airbrushing to paint that stuff. So in this video we're going to start working on the interior.
Right. So the interior plastic is already black, but we're going to try painting it with different sheens of black just to bring out some of the detail and make it look more real than just plastic. There's also a lot of little tiny details like in the dash and that'll have to be picked out with a brush or toothpick. And then because the body of the car is white, the whole interior will have to be sprayed black as well.
My dad starts by mixing the correct ratio of paint to mineral spirit so the paint will be thin enough to be sprayed. He then adjusts the nozzle until the flow of the paint is just right. Just like painting a real car, he starts with a light coat and gradually builds up. In the next episode of the series, we'll dive deeper into the art and science of airbrushing, a skill that my dad has spent decades learning. So check out that difference. Like we were saying earlier in the video, even though the interior of this car is black and it came with black plastic, you can see a big difference between the one that we just painted on the left and then just the bare plastic on the right. The one on the left definitely looks more like the real fabric in the car. So even though this is just for the interior, you're not really going to see it that much. It's these little details that make such a big difference. How does that smell? So we're back upstairs now. We finished painting, well I should say he finished painting the interior parts. They're flat black now, and now we're going to go in with the brush and this pencil and we're going to do the finer details on here. And we're kind of looking at the instructions as far as what color to paint, but since the BRZ is a little bit different, we've got the FRS interior just for a reference. So yeah. What's the next? Well,
I started painting. You can see the circle around the vent, and this I'm doing with a silver Prismacolor pencil just because it's a lot more precise, a lot more control.
So is that meant for models, or is that just like a regular pencil?
It is an art pencil meant for art, but people have discovered that it's also got some modeling uses.
The finest details of the interior are far too small to mask and spray, so they must be painted with a brush. Brush painting on this scale requires the utmost precision and patience. He's using a special brush where the bristles come to a sharp point like a pencil for ultimate control. To me, watching my dad hand paint these parts has been the most impressive part of this build so far. So this WRX STI model is just something that me and my dad were experimenting with. We were trying to get the camber on the wheels to get that hella flush look. So what he did is he actually kind of sanded off the back with a belt sander to make it kind of flat like that. So I was thinking about maybe stealing these wheels for the BRZ. These actually say Volk on them. They're like T37 kind of style wheels. So I was thinking about using these, but then I actually went on eBay and I found the exact Cosmis wheels that we have on the FRS. They're the XT206R. So I went ahead and ordered those. And of course, we're going to paint them white, just like on the real car. But I was thinking about maybe taking the brakes off of this, because this actually has Brembo brakes. I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but it even has like the little decal on there. So I was thinking we might take these brakes off and retrofit those onto the BRZ and then use those Cosmis wheels that we're getting in the mail.
So this is pretty much what the instrument panel looks like, all painted up. We're missing the decal yet, but you can see the difference between the semi-gloss black and the flat black. Or maybe you can't see it, but it does make a difference, and it's just those little differences that help make the pop, make it look more like a real car. We're going to be gluing some parts together today, and I have a variety of glues that I can use, but we're going to be using the Tamiya extra thin cement, because with this I can put the parts together that are already painted and just touch the brush between the parts, and the capillary action will pull the glue in between, and it'll keep it from making a big mess. So we have this part is all painted up and ready to go. Always use sprue cutters when removing the parts from the sprue. It just keeps the part from getting dinged up and nicked up. So I'm just positioning the center console in, but I'm going to glue it from the back side to keep from damaging the finish on the show side. So I'm going to carefully run a bead of liquid glue all along where the two parts meet together, and this will form a permanent bond.
So as you can see, for all the work that goes into the interior like that, you don't really see a whole lot of it from the outside. So a lot of this stuff, a lot of this like extreme attention to detail is really more just a mental thing, so that you know as you're building it that all that stuff is done correctly, but it still looks really cool from the outside, especially with the red details on those seats. Alright guys, so that's going to wrap it up for today. We finished up the interior. Pretty much we just have to do like the dashboard and some of the other stuff, but I think that this came out really good. So far, what are your impressions of this kit?
It's just really fabulous, really nice detail, really nice fit, really nice finish. Everything is just about it just screams quality.
Yeah, and I'm really glad that we did the painting on the inside, even though everything was black to begin with. Putting that matte black paint on top of it just looks so much better, I think.
Oh yeah.
So in the next video, we're gonna start painting the body, and I want to do maybe you can give us like an airbrush lesson, because I feel like this is like the most important thing.
Absolutely.
So yeah, look forward to that in the next video, and thanks for helping me out once again.
No problem.
So give us a thumbs up if you're really enjoying the series. I really appreciate that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.